Quick reminder, inshallah, we have iftars in the masjid at the end of the month. Everyone is welcome, and if you'd like to sponsor iftars, you can talk to Brother Abdul bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And also in July and August, we have the main gate summer camp for students. If you'd like to register your kids, inshallah, you can talk to the administration weekdays downstairs. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about a new quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is very beautiful. But I'm going to begin with this story. It's a story of a man from Egypt. This man, his name was Salah Atiyah. So many years ago, in the 1950s, 1960s, he was a fresh graduate. He wanted to start a project with some of his friends to start a chicken farm. Things were very tight at the time, so they struggled to come up with 100 pounds each, which is a very small amount. It's less than $20 nowadays. So eventually they found 9 people to contribute, and they tried hard, desperately, for so long to find a 10th to join the company, but no one was willing, no one had the resources. So this man, Salah, told them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be partner number 10, which means whatever profit we gain, we'll give 10% to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they started the project, and it was a success. And over the years, they increased the percentage of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from 10% to 20, 30, eventually to 50%. And this man became a millionaire along with the people who were with him. And subhanAllah, in that town or city where he was living, it's called Tafahna al-Ashraf in Egypt, he started a branch of Al-Azhar University. And he started schools, and he built many masajid all over the country. And he used to marry orphans and take care of widows and start jobs for people. And when he died, hundreds of thousands of people attended his funeral with lots of dua. And he, as I said, became a millionaire, and people loved him. Why? Because he put his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq. The more he gave to the people, the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to him and put barakah in his rizq. So today, inshallah, the quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq. And before we speak about Ar-Razzaq, we have to keep something in mind. When you look at the qualities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in many cases, they don't come in the form of fa'il, but they come in the form of fa'al or fa'ul. What is the difference? In the Arabic language, if you say someone is Khattab, there's a difference between Khattab and Khattab, like my last name. So Khattab is someone who gives talks every now and then. Khattab, like Ar-Razzaq. But Khattab, like Ar-Razzaq, so Khattab is someone who gives good talks all the time. So Ar-Razzaq is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gives you rizq, but Ar-Razzaq is the one who gives rizq all the time to everyone. So it means it's a superlative, as they say in German or English. It is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does all the time to everyone. Just like Jabbar versus Jabir, Fattah, Fatih, Qahar, Qahir, and so on and so forth. So Razzaq is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He does it all the time to everyone. Like Ghaffar and Ghafir. Ghafir, he forgives, but Ghaffar, he does it all the time. No matter how many times you make mistakes, you're willing to come back and make tawbah, he's willing to forgive you all the time. Doesn't matter how many times you make sins. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a guarantee in the Quran that He provides rizq for everyone, even to kuffar. في سورة إبراهيم وارزق أهله من الثمرات من آمن منهم بالله واليوم الآخر قال ومن كفر. So Ibrahim alayhi salam is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to provide rizq to the people of Mecca when he settled there, and he said, give rizq to those who believe in my message. Allah said, and those who disbelieve as well. Because I created them, I provide for them. In Surah Hud, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ رِزْقُهَا. There is not a single living being on earth except that their rizq is guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another thing to keep in mind, people keep fighting on rizq on earth. They fight for rizq on earth, and they don't know that rizq is in the heavens with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it in the Quran. Your rizq is in the heavens with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not on earth. It is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time, so we shouldn't fight. People subhanAllah kill each other for money, Families, they break up. The brothers and sisters, they don't talk to each other because of a difference or conflict over inheritance. I've known a family, wallahi, two brothers, they told me they didn't talk to each other for 35 years because they disagreed on mirath, inheritance. 35 years. Brothers don't talk to each other. And forget about their kids because, of course, they don't talk to each other either. Right? So rizq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Ya Sheikh, if what you are saying is true, how come the people in our world, they starve to death? People don't have food, people don't have water. The thing is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that rizq is guaranteed for everyone, but we have so many greedy people and we have chores. So, statistically, 20% of the world's population, they manipulate 80% of the resources in the world. 20% of the people in the world, the millionaires, the billionaires, the royal families, they control more than 80% of the world's resources. So in some countries, one family will control the oil resources of the country. And in Sharia, the oil resources, the minerals, anything that comes from the earth, we call it rikaz in fiqh. 20% will go to the poor. 20% of the oil and the gas and the gold and the diamonds and all the mineral natural resources will go to the poor. Now imagine if some of our royal families in the Muslim world give 20% to the poor of all the gas and the whatever, then wallahi there will not be a single poor person in this world. Right? But the thing is, they take over, and in Sharia this is called theft. It's called theft. It belongs to Bayt al-Mal, it belongs to the Muslim Ummah, not to one royal family. And every time you see a homeless person in the street or someone who is starving to death, know for sure that there is a Muslim who didn't pay their zakat. If you see a starving person, it means that someone did not fulfill their obligation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the poor. Some countries, we know this for a fact, they have farms, harvest, produce and everything, and to keep the prices up, if they produce so much, and they don't want the prices to go down, they throw the harvest in the ocean or they leave it in the farm. Wallahi, I've seen documentaries and watched the news in Alabama, Tennessee, in places, in farms, like they have strawberries, they have fruits, because they don't want the prices to go down, they leave the fruits to die on the trees. And they don't allow people to go and pick them for free. They say, no, leave it, because if we've allowed to you, you will not buy, then the prices will go down. So leave them to die, and khalas, the prices will go up. So this is the greed that we talk about. The last thing I want to mention for today, many of us think that rizq is only in money. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us in different ways, and every one of us is gifted in a different way. So maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted you with health. This is your rizq. Maybe He gifted you with kids, or with money, or with akhlaq. Akhlaq, good manners, is a rizq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have a good wife, a good husband, if you have a good job, if you have a house, if you have a good family, you're one of the chosen few, because if you look at the majority of the population of this world, more than 7 billion people, there are billions, not millions, billions, who are either homeless, jobless, moneyless, healthless, carless, nothing, right? So you're one of the chosen few. So if you want to think about the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, think of it as a holistic thing. But when you compare yourself to other people, and you say, oh, Allah give them more money than me, then you miss the whole point. We'll continue the discussion tomorrow, inshallah, and how to appreciate the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The prize for last night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, everyone will be questioned on Yawm al-Qiyamah, and you'll find this in many places in the Quran. But there is one ayah in Surah Rahman, it says, فَيَوْمَئِذٍ لَا يُسْأَلُ عَنْ ذَنْبِهِ إِنسٌ وَلَا جَانٌ. On that day, no jinn or human will be questioned about their deeds. And this is actually a mistaken translation. The actual translation is, there will be no need for any human or jinn to be questioned about their sins. Allah does not need to know what they did, because He knows already. The only reason He will ask him is going to be an interrogation form, just to humiliate them, because He already knows what they did. So there's no conflict between the two. It's not wanting to know, He wants to humiliate them publicly in front of everyone. Wallahu alam. So the winner is Brother Amir Asfour. MashaAllah, takbir. Barakallahu feek. Ahsanta ya Prince.
الليلة قدر ليلة القدر
Inshallah. Yes, tonight is the beginning of the last 10, alhamdulillah. Tonight's question is tough. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, and again, someone was asking, why do you ask these difficult questions? When I was working on my dissertation, I used to study books by Islamophobes who would attack Islam and the Quran, and they ask these questions all the time to show that there is a contradiction in the Quran. So the reason I'm sharing the answers with you, so inshallah you'll do research, and you know for sure there is no contradiction, it's a matter of understanding the ayat. The question for tonight, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Allahu nazzala ahsan al-hadith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the best message, which is the Quran. So all of it is best. The whole Quran is best, right? But there is an ayah in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَ. Those who listen to the Quran and they follow the best of it. Well, I thought that all of it is best, all of it is good. How come that it says they follow the best of it? It means that some is not as best, right? So how do you explain this? The answer is very beautiful, inshallah. So if you know the answer, email me before tomorrow Asr at Mustafa at Anatolia Center.ca. Jazakallah khair.